everyone, it's Christy here. I'm sharing with you another Project Life layout for September. I'm using some new cards from Gossamer Blue along with that What If card from Studio Calico. And I chose 5 things again from my stash. So those puffy stickers from the Wonder Collection, the alphas that came in the September Gossamer Blue, some die-cut feathers I had from Studio Calico, and some brads, and then these paper clips from the Simple Stories I Am collection. So the colors all kind of went together, so I just kind of pulled those together and just kind of trying to use up things that I have that, I've kind of forgotten about. So I got lots of good positive feedback about filming this way, so I decided to continue with it. And I do know that my hands move around a lot, but yeah, that's just gonna happen. So so I just I had this photo and it was 4x4, so I printed it as 4x4. I would have loved to have it as a 3x4 instead, but I didn't want to distort it. So I chose this card from my stash and just layered it in behind just to bring in some extra color, and I really liked the pattern. And then this little 2x2 square was from the September Gossamer Blue kit, so I just added a little sticker that says Hello Love, 2 of the feather die cuts, and then a feather wood veneer that's also from Studio Calico. And that card is pretty much done. I do add some Heidi Shine, gold color shine, just to the photo just to add a little extra something. And yeah, so now on to the next. This photo is from a date night that my husband and I went on. My parents were in town, and so yeah, we just kind of went out for coffee and grocery shopping. So exciting. Added a little bit of washi and this wood veneer that says Make Magic Happen. That's also from this Gossamer Blue Life Pages kit for September. And added just a little brad in there, just kind of adds like an enamel dot, and to add a little bit more depth to that. And then I really liked the colors in this striped card, and I thought that paper clip from I Am collection matched the coffee cup on the left perfectly, so I used that. This 2x2 square is also from the Gossamer Blue kit, and so I used those alphas on there just to spell out date night. And these alphas are really different than anything I have. I really liked the color, and the font is pretty unique as well. So I put that on there. And then I use my tiny attacher to adhere down the paper clip. And then I'd adhere the square on top, but I do go back and decide that it needs a little bit extra something, so I peel it up and just kind of ink it around the edges. And when I do that, of course, in true Christy fashion, I don't know if I got ink on my hands or what, but there's ink on the arrow now, but it's not too noticeable once it's in the pocket. But it's every time something like that happens, so it's super frustrating. Anyways, when I got this card from Studio Calico, it says what if, what if, what if, and I'm like, how am I ever going to use this? And so then as I was kind of going through my cards and picking cards for a different layout, I thought, well, what if I put a lottery ticket on there, because this week in Canada, the lottery was at 60 million, which is really high for Canada. I know in the US it gets crazy high, but for Canada, 60 mil is pretty high. So I thought, what if? And I just adhered down our lottery ticket, which obviously was not a winner, at all. So I adhered that down and just added a printable label, a wood veneer, some of those puffy stickers from the Wonder collection, and then this tiny word sticker that says this week. And I'm just kind of journaling about how much the lottery was and what it would be like if we actually won something. And I'm glad I used those tiny word stickers because I have a hard time using craft things. I'm not really a huge fan of craft, but like in this card you can see a little bit of the brown or the tan or the craft color, so I thought it kind of brought it together pretty nice. And then you just saw me pulling out those other two cards again just to date stamp. Um, yeah, I find in doing it this way I kind of forget what kind of order I do things in. That photo is pretty simple. I just used a sticker that says right now, and that's from like a really super old Amy Tangerine sticker pack. Added a puffy sticker that says you and me, and then two heart puffy stickers as well. That paper that's in behind this photo is from a paper pad from Studio Calico, and it has a moon on it, and I really did not know how I would be using that, like, ever. So I just kind of used it to layer in behind this photo, because this color is in the layout as well. And so I just mat it on there, and add this label that says great job, and just cover it up with some more of those tiny word stickers. So we went to like this really awesome park playground that was like all airplane themed, so you can see like this big airplane in the background, and it had like this huge flight tower with a slide, and it had this really cool saucer thing, so it was really neat. And we got together with our baby group, and it was tons of fun. So there's quite a few photos throughout the layout, not really next to that one, but with us at the park. This card and photo is from when we went swimming. We started swimming lessons this week again, and I'm using some Ellie Studio Alphas to spell out swim lessons. Originally I was just going to do swim, but I didn't really like the way it looked. It didn't look how I wanted it to look in my head. So I add the swim lesson, and let me know, does that make sense? Swim lesson? Swimming lesson? Swim lesson. I don't know. Anyway, swim lesson. And that label is from a Studio Calico kit, I think August, and I hadn't used it yet. And I wanted to bring in some more wood veneer, so I pull out this arrow that says today. I'm not sure where that's from. It could be from another Gossamer Blue kit or maybe Ellie Studio. So I just layer some white cardstock in behind just so that you can actually read what it says. And then I do some journaling about the day. That rotary stamp that I use that says Thursday is from a Studio Calico kit a few months back, and I hadn't really used it yet, but because the journaling on this card is going to be entirely about Thursday, I thought it was a good place to make use of it. And now I'm on this another photo from the park, and the sticker sheet that I had used previously had an airplane on it, so I thought that was pretty perfect and a good opportunity to use that sticker. So I just layered an Ali Edwards label and then this chipboard piece from Studio Calico, and I'm just trying to get it like how I want it to look. I originally thought I wanted to put it kind of more to the right, but then I didn't know if it would give me enough room for journaling. So I just put the best park, and I'm using those Gossamer Blue alphas again. And I forgot that I did not round the corners. Add a little tiny bit of journaling, and then I go back and add another puffy sticker that says Discover. So I had to like peel it up a bit, and thankfully it didn't tear or rip or anything. But I liked how that said like discover the best park, because this was our first time there and it was a really good discovery. Like, I don't really think it's very well known in our city. I've been telling like everyone about it. It's so awesome. But yeah, so now I'm on to this next card. This is from Sunday. We went to a different park with my friend Amanda and her husband and her daughter. And so I just layered in that kind of mustard yellow card in behind. I don't end up keeping it. I just decide that it just doesn't fit, and I opt to add a different card instead a little bit later. So I'm adding some washi. I thought the colors worked pretty well. They're pretty kind of like fallish. Brought in some more feather die cuts and just used my tiny attacher to adhere those down. I thought that was easier than fiddling around with my adhesive. And then I add 2 tiny word stickers. One says so much fun and the other says so darn cute. So I just brought out a paper pad. I'm not 100% sure what paper pad this is from. It's a Studio Calico one, but I'm not sure which line. And I really like the way that looks, like so much better than the mustard yellow. And when the whole layout is put together, I think it looks better. It's a better balance of the reds. Yeah. So on to another journaling card using that same rotary stamp from Studio Calico, and I just wanted to journal about our weekend and like what we got up to. And these 3x4 cards are just not enough journaling. Like, it's not enough room for journaling. But I got down kind of what I wanted to write. But yeah. And then these acetate pieces came in the Studio Calico kit for September. And so I thought this black and white journaling card kind of offered a good opportunity to use it so you know there's no pattern in behind or anything, and you can still read the journaling underneath. And I added some of those wood veneer stars from the Gossamer Blue kit. And then I'm just using those LA Studio Alphas again to write out handsome. My husband got a haircut. Like, oh, he so needed a haircut. So he got a haircut, and this is after his haircut, and it looks so good. Like, his hair turned out so good, and he did a little model pose for me. So he's such a good sport. Then I added a puffy sticker there that said hello. So it says hello, handsome. Here I am trying to use another one of those paper clips, and I struggle, and I knew I wanted to use a paper clip, so I'm just kind of going through and figuring out how I wanted it. I trimmed off that little piece and just tiny attached it down in behind so you don't have to see like the actual paper clip part. Added a puffy sticker and thought I was done, but I felt like I needed to bring in some more color. So I go back to that Amy Tangerine sticker book and take out the sticker that says good stuff. And I think I even pull it out again, maybe off camera, I'm not sure, and add something else. Onto these 2 3x4 photos and cards now. The card is actually a 4x4 that I trimmed down to be a 3x4. And there's that wood veneer from the Gossamer Blue kit, and I knew I was going to break it. Like, I have the worst luck with those, but thankfully with wood veneer, once you like adhere it down, you don't really even notice. And that acetate piece is from Studio Calico, and it's so cute. I love it. I just love the color. And yeah, so I just add the bird and the wood veneer and then this puffy cloud, and that is done. Bring out some tiny word stickers for this card. It just says all together and 1, 2, 3. Pull out the Studio Calico sticker sheet again and find a heart that kind of matches our colors and add some enamel dots. And now finally I'm on my title card. I'm sure you were like wondering when I would get to this, but I love this feather card. It is gorgeous. I love the colors, and I really think the black and white just like really adds something to it. So yeah, so the 4x6 card is from Gossamer Blue, as well as this 2x2 that says September. And because this is like one of the last weeks in September, I knew I wanted to use that on my title card. So I just put that there, add 2 brads, and then just outlined the 2x2 square. I wanted it to be pretty messy. I think I might go back and kind of make the inner square a little bit messy too, but I'm not sure yet. Added some Amy Tangerine thickers that I've had forever and just luckily had the right numbers that I needed. And then I thought I should probably bring those thickers in on the opposite spread as well. So luckily I had enough to spell the word cute which was a miracle because there's like hardly any letters left on that sheet. So, and then I thought I should bring in the wood veneer a little bit more as well, so I bring in these feathers. I don't love it, but yeah, I don't know. I like it, I'm just not in love with it. Maybe I'll be in love with it later on, but anyway, added some more Heidi Swap color shine in gold and the feathers, and then that title card is done, and I'm pretty happy with it, but if I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't add the feathers. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. Thanks. Bye.